Cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Tigers ready to get this thing started and open the season. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So LSU's offense will start this game off. And Jesse, this offense is built around a guy who could be a generational talent at wide receiver.
This offense is explosive because of that guy. He can take routine catches and turn them into long touchdowns. He can take the top off of a defense. They're going to throw his way early and often in this game.
And I can tell you already, the defensive coordinator is not enjoying.
It's a running room. Quick step and go. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And the 30. Inside the... And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, LSU! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. So Clemson's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fit. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that... yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, they start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys, too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
He's got it on the right. Gets away from one. Finds some space. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. For a quarterback as highly touted as Cade Klubnik was, I think he would even tell you he started slowly, but man, the progression, the improvement has been exponential, Jesse.
It has, Reese, and he's played big in big games as of late. You think back to last year's ACC championship game, and then I would argue his game against Texas, even in the loss in the playoff, that might have been his best game of the season, making throw after throw. You can see why he was so highly recruited, and if he plays up to that standard week in, week out, Clemson's going to be really tough to beat.
On the ground with the counter. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Quick completion on the out. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Oh, he missed it. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Looking for space. It's Thuram. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, it's Nussmeier. Makes the grab, it's Brown. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Such a great job by the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
They get to him as he throws.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoke the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Snags it quickly on the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. 2nd down coming up. Looking to fire. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. To the air, it's Klubnik. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Sees him in open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. The Tigers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Makes the grab. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Powers forward. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And here's the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. The give to the tailback. Oh, a lot of space. He's piled up 87 yards rushing in the early going, and he is making an impact in the first game of the season. And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Right back to him on the ground. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Rush is on him. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 38. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now...
Wide open spaces. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Makes the grab. It's Brown. He's loose. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. So first down here as they go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. Now the connection takes it to the 11. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gonna look downfield again. Gets away. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys.
Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Using his legs, it's Durham. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the middle. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go?
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Looking to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's Brown.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing it. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Makes the grab down the middle. LSU will get a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Out of the gun, the inside give. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on him if they can stop him on third down. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
And third and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They think there's room to run to the right here. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Grabs behind the line. It's Brown. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Tigers come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Looking downfield, it's Klubnik. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
To the ground with the back. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They're dealing with a second and long. Leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on, is tempo, trying to wear you out, and they slip in the run game and the good passing game and the running QB and so many things to look at.
Wants to fire on second down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be a big loss on the play.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Clemson will send the punt team out. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for the edge on the jet sweep. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Leaves it with the running back. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Nussmeier. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the returner will be dragged down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Look.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
The quick out. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They started this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Dropping back, it's Klubnik. The sure hands, it's Haynes. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Randall. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
They'll go to the ground. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I'll tell you, this running back, he is running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. Wants to throw on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking to pass. It's Nussmeier. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Power football with the run. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Clemson is quick to the line.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
To the air on first down. With the catch, it's Williams. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Quick strike complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
That's a bang-bang play, 3-step slant. They rep this over and over in practice so they can go out and execute it on game day like that.
The give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Here they come on third down, and the defense has had no answer so far. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Tiger! that's the way you finish a drive and put up points. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
To throw, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Pressure coming. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Might be calling a hot route. They're throwing for it on fourth down. He's going for it all. Can't hook up on the long throw, and fourth down goes by the boards for this offense. Great place to start for this offense. Caught behind the line. It's Williams. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. All kinds of room to the right. Defense picks it up. They drag him down, but not before they get the turnover and a terrific return on the fumble.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, but man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, you really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Think about when Garrett Nussmeier goes into the quarterback room at LSU and there are giant murals of Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels, Heisman winners. Jesse, that's some pressure. The man throws toward the end zone. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Finds his man. It's Durham.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On the ground, it's Durham. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anyway.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Klubnik. Bought a little time, lets it go. A strike downfield. Turning on the Jets. It's a seam wide open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Wants to go up top on first down. The sure hands, it's Randall. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Rides to back and leaves it. Creates a little space. Turning it on. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Clemson! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, they were able to come out here week 1 and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He's out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that's where this offense will go to work. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives him the ball at the 29-yard line. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Just led him a little too far across the sidelines. Makes the catch, but it's incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Quick pass on the fly motion. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Clemson now operating in the red zone. These corners going to give these receivers some space. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game 1, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 25. getting started on this drive from the 24. The give to the back. Still on his feet at the 35. He now has 106 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Wants to throw. It's Nussmeier. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll try the run. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays from this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
The Tigers are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Makes a man miss. He'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up a few. They bring the punter onto the field now. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. That is coverage just the way you draw it up. Don't even let him get started, and they knock him down deep in his own end. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There will be a new team atop the rankings when they come. He tries to take the top off. Makes the catch down the right side. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
This has been a frustrating day. They haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they...
Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the right. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of.
A shot toward the end zone. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to throw again. Going for it all. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on 4th down, and they'll get it back. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The back and leaves it on the option. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Clemson will send the punt team out. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of the explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum.
Deep shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's cut.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. From the gun. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the 2nd half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you can just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
Got a little space. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Clemson trying to put its paws on a productive red zone trip. Let's go. They'll run it. It's Randall. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.